So, what do we go and talk about now? No. Oh, I'll talk about meditation. How about that? Let's see. So one hobby or pastime or habit I picked up over the years is the act of meditation. Hey, is that it's the act of pretty much sitting in silence, doing almost nothing, and focusing on your thoughts, right? Because that's all you have. At every moment, your mind is running. It's a computer that's constantly running. And it'd be quite foolish or, probably wrong to ignore that and not work on your mind and understand what's going on, at every waking moment, because that's what it is. It's a constant process. Thoughts coming in, thoughts coming out. And a lot of the things that happen to us, right, our actions are dictated to how we react to those thoughts. And what the idea of meditation teaches is that, not necessarily to have these thoughts show up at your door and stop them, put them aside, put them away, put up a wall in front of them. That's not necessarily what you want to do, but instead what you want to do, is take in those thoughts, let them ruminate in your mind, but let them come in, and pass through you like waves in the beach, going from the edge of the tide, from the outer parts of the ocean to the edge, where you have the sand. So let it go through. Why stop and obstruct it and cause, chaos or disruption, in the flow of water, in the flow of thoughts? Because if you're doing that, you're shutting your mind down. You're stopping it. You're disabling that computer that you have working for you. And to do that, it would simply go against nature, go against what your brain was intended to do, what your body was made to do, which is think and observe, because that's what makes us human, is our ability to think and make judgments on things and critical think, right? That's why we're not, simply just, mindless animals that just go hunt for food, sleep, crap, and impregnate other beings. No, we're more complex. We build buildings, we make cars, we drive in cars, we talk to each other, we work together, we speak languages. You get it, right? We have these complex thoughts, and for that reason, we got to learn how to deal with it, because although our thoughts can be the greatest thing in the world, right? It can give us this infinite potential to do great things in the world with other people. It could also be our enemy and our biggest thing holding us back. It could be someone that's, putting you down all day and making you doubt yourself and ultimately stop you from doing what you want to do, from doing the things you have to do and surviving in this world and thriving. Hopefully, you want to thrive. You don't want to just be, out here, right? Just wandering about aimlessly. You want to have a goal and a way to achieve that. So with that, comes, you need, a powerful mind. You need a powerful way of handling that mind, coupled with that. And, to strengthen that muscle, right? Because your mind is like a muscle, like your shoulder, like your bicep and tricep. And you got to go to the gym and strengthen that thing. The mind is not any different from that. Of course, you don't physically have to go and lift a weight like you would for the mind, although that'd be kind of hard and crazy. I mean, I don't know how you would do that, but you can train it. You can, you know, fatigue it, or, yeah, strengthen it and stretch it out. So to do that, you meditate. You sit in a quiet room, you know, with some music, if you want, some enlightening music, or simply nothing. I usually meditate with nothing on, just me and my thoughts in that room. I even said that, like, after a while, you forget you're in that room. So it's almost like you're not even there. And it's crazy to think, because a lot of it is in our mind, you know. And you could even argue, are you really in the room? Are you really even sitting down? Because after a while doing that, you forget those aspects. You forget that you're in the room. You forget that you're sitting down. So you can argue that those are just constructs in your mind. And you can also say that it happens to me after a while. You may even start to hallucinate. You may start to hear voices. You may start to see people in that room that are arguably not even there. But how would you know that they're not even there when, you know, everything's a construct in your mind? That sign in front of me is a construct. Is it really there? I don't know, right? And you can break it down, you know, to the matter behind it, you know, the particles that make up that sign, you know, that man-made object. But, you know, although you may say that someone built that, it's there. It was put into the floor by the city and whatever construction workers did that. But do you really know that it's there? Can you say without a doubt that that object, you know, it actually exists? That's not just a construct in your mind. And what I like to say about that is, like, one thing to help you dictate that is your senses. You can see it, you can touch it, you can feel it. But if I ran straight into the sign, you know, I'm gonna stop running. It's gonna hurt. The sign is gonna hit me. So you can say that that sign is there, but how do you really know that it's there? How do you really know that it's a sign, not just something made up in the mind? So with that, you can use your senses as a guide to help you almost dictate these things, to help you figure out what's real, what's not, and decipher, you know, things happening around you. Whoa. We almost lost the basketball. So yeah, so you can use your senses, right? That, you know, my ability to touch that sign, to touch the floor, and it makes me aware that the floor is there. It gives me reasoning as to believe it is there. And, you know, from that, you know, I'll say that meditation makes you more aware of your senses, makes you more present, more able to figure out what's happening around you. So let's say, hey, what's going on, man? So, now with that comes the idea of presence. You know, your ability to be, you know, aware of everything happening around you. And that comes, you know, with sitting down in a quiet space with nothing. Because what you'll start to realize is that nothingness of sitting down, doing nothing, and having no exposure to pretty much no stimuli but the one created on your own. And that can be everything. That can be more than going into a crowded club at night and partying, having all that music and, you know, good looking people, and, you know, everything's there. right? You have all these senses, all those stimuli. Just sitting alone, meditating, can be more than that. You can hallucinate, 10 times the size of that club or that bar. So with that, comes the idea of the constructs that you create in your mind, those images that go through your head, and how you perceive everything going on around you. So you can perceive that small room as being the greatest thing you've ever experienced. It has everything for you right there. The smell might be everything to you. The sound, you can probably even hear bugs crawling around. That sound might become the most soothing sound you've ever heard, right? Such a little sound, just a low decibel volume, which doesn't necessarily have to be the loudest thing. Doesn't have to be as loud as a rock concert, as someone screaming into your ear. But that littleness, that almost nothingness, can be everything, can be the hugest thing to you. So what that teaches you is through everyday life, not to want, you can want everything, of course, but to be appreciative of everything, to take joy in the small things, those little things in life, because those things can mean a lot more than the big ones. Those things, those small strolls through the park or whatever. Yeah, yo, what's up? So what was I saying? So, it doesn't take much, it shouldn't take much to make you happy, to give you joy in your day. I know it doesn't for me, right? So with that, you can mentally train yourself to enjoy that. Oh, we gotta cross. Man, whoa, you're gonna hit me. I guess not. Man. Okay, now their light is red. Alright, I hope that was up. Oh man, just go. So what were we talking about? So one thing, I'll even say that meditation, made me more appreciative, of my ability to go to school, to enjoy a campus, right? Because that idea of sitting in that room with nothing, even just going onto your campus or your workplace can seem like so much stimuli, so much happening around you. Your friends are talking, things are going on, there's animals, there's nice buildings, and so much stimuli for you that it seems like a lot more than it used to be. So coming from that, hey, what's up? Yeah, coming from that nothingness can make, everything, by coming from a lot, seem like even more. And we just got a call sign. I don't know what that was about. I think it was somebody we knew, but we'll see. Wow. And with that being said, if you're a fancy person, you gotta be fancy smancy, you gotta have all the nice things in life, right? The nice watch, the nice car, one that makes so much noise and it's super loud and super fast and and it could be in your mind obnoxious. You can say that car might be a lot better if you meditate a little bit, if you put yourself in those situations and do that. and build that mind strength. So with that, we can close that argument, right, of meditation. I hope you go out and meditate. Now, whether it may be 5 minutes a day or an hour, gosh, that would be crazy if we meditated for hours at a time like those monks. But just starting out and doing that is the biggest thing that you can do. You know, the biggest action you can take is simply just showing up and doing the meditation.